What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, according to recent reports and according to legendary five-time welterweight world champion, UFC superstar, iconic fighter Tyron Woodley, he and YouTube sensation turned professional boxer 3-0, now 4-0, Jake Paul, have sold 1 million copies. 1 million pay-per-views, right? And he says that at the rate it's going to surpass Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul's pay-per-view exhibition bout. Now, obviously, we know that on the undercard of Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, they had some serious boxing, some real competitive serious boxing on the undercard, unlike the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul undercard. They did have some names. They had Swift Jarrett Hurd, who was a former world champion. He took on Luis Arias, and he lost that fight. He also had Badu Jack on the undercard, but he fought a guy who you don't know who he is. He was supposed to fight Jean Pascal in a rematch, but that didn't take place. So, with that said, you had Amanda Serrano, 7-division world champion. She faced a formidable opponent. You had Montana Love against Ivan Baranchyk. You had Daniel Dubois featured on the card, and you also had future title contender, I gather, in Tommy Fury on the undercard, who has a huge fan base. So you had a lot of guys on this card that had a lot of huge fan base. And so Tyron Woodley, he says he's laughing at everybody now that was laughing at him when he said that the pay-per-view was going to do very, very well. We know in this case, Jake Paul, he even took a portion of his check and he donated to the rest of the fighters on the card to make sure that the rest of the fighters on the card made more than they've ever made in their careers. So with that said, he donated $2 million of his purse to the rest of the undercard, even donating part of his purse to Tyron Woodley, $200,000 to Tyron Woodley. Okay, the biggest notable donation was made to Amanda Serrano, as she was only set to make $42,000, and he donated $460,000 to her so that she can make $500,000 on this card. So with that said, Jake Paul is never a stranger to promoting. He and his brother Logan Paul are YouTube sensations. They built their platform from the mud. They both hold well over 1 million subscribers. And so now you have a situation where it possibly seems as if it translated, okay? There's not always a situation where your YouTube followers or your social media followers actually translates to pay-per-view buys. And in this case, it seems like Jake Paul, his fan base, is 17 million followers on his fan base, okay? And it seems like, it translated if this holds up to be true, okay? If this bodes to be true and they did 1 million pay-per-views, this is not going to look well for the rest of the boxing world. It's just not. Tyron Woodley has 2 million social media followers. So together they have 19 million social media followers just on Instagram alone. That don't include Twitter and other social media platforms that they have. So if they do 1 million pay-per-views in this climate where people are illegally streaming and things of that nature, and they're able to get even close, let's say they did 800,000 pay-per-view buys or anything close to that, the rest of the boxing world should be ashamed of itself, because it's all about promotion. It's all in deliverance. It's all in how you choose to promote these fights and fighters. And if you're a promoter in the sport of boxing and this holds to be true, you should be ashamed. If you are legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, who has the largest sports platform in the world in ESPN, and you can't get your fighters to come close Terrence Crawford is arguably one of the best fighters in the world, undefeated, 3-division champion, former junior welterweight undisputed champion. He's a WBO welterweight world champion, and he's knocked out his last 6 opponents. So we can't say he lacks excitement in the ring because he knocked out his last 6 opponents. And this is what you call for excitement. And he can't even get over 150,000 pay-per-view buys. And he has the largest sporting platform in the world, machine behind him in ESPN. Or if you're a PBC fighter, Premier Boxing Champion fighter, and you have Fox and you have Showtime, and you can't get over 500,000 pay-per-views, and here you have a YouTuber and a UFC fighter with a combined record of 4 fights. A combined record of 4 fights. And they're able to promote it correctly and get to 1 million pay-per-views. Again, dare I say, even if it gets to 800,000. Even if it gets to 800,000. Right? That is not good for the rest of the boxing landscape. And I know, I listened to Sean Porter's podcast, Porterway podcast, and they talked about the difference between these. It's a different event. It is. But Jake Paul is taking the sport of boxing serious. So I saw Sean Porter, 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer. He's done 1 pay-per-view in his career with Errol Spence Jr. 325,000 pay-per-views. That's 1 pay-per-view in his career. Right? And he says that what they're doing is and one. It's Harlem Globetrotters compared to the NBA. No, it's not. Because see, and one didn't have the Chicago Bulls playing the Milwaukee Bucks on the undercard, and then on the pregame, and then had the Brooklyn Nets playing the New York Knicks on the undercard. No, that's not what they had. They are a separate entity. This is them directly participating in your sport. Yes, it's an event, but this wasn't an exhibition. This was sanctioned by the Boxing Commission. They had to register. This is serious. Somebody could stood to get knocked out. There's no dancing with the ball and playing with the ball. No, that's not what happens. That's the difference between the NBA and Harlem Globetrotters. The rules. The color of the ball. The scheme. That's what makes it completely different. In this case, this is just amateur boxing. That's what it is. On the low level, it's just amateur boxing on a low level. They high profile amateur boxers. That's it. And so with that said, right, it's completely different from Harlem Globetrotters and one. We knew what you're going to get from N1. You allowed to do all of these extra things and extra dunks and play with the ball and travel with the ball. No, they are playing by boxing strict rules. Here's the thing. ESPN has another major, you have a joint network promotional deal, right? You have ESPN and Fox coming together to promote Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Where's the promotion? Where's the promotion? This is a fight that's set to take place in a month. We already September 2nd. So where's the promotion for a fight that's getting ready to take place October 9th? Where's the promotion? Where's the build-up? We should be getting the all access right now, every week, leading up to the fight. There should be 4 episodes, 5 episodes leading into this fight. And it should be played on ESPN. They both should be on ESPN right now doing interviews. Right? But they're going to wait till 2 weeks to the fight to promote it. The biggest sporting platform in the world is going to wait for 2 weeks to promote the fight. It don't have nothing to do with them being Harlem Globetrotters or N1 players. No, it has everything to do with promotion. They're not lacking secrecy. See, in the sport of boxing, we have this situation with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter, and it's a big hush-hush as to what's taking place. There's no secret going on with Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. They built up the fight. They built up their profiles. They use social media. And here, this is what it's lacking from the real boxers. Where's the promotion? They went back and forth. Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul, they went back and forth via social media. They were promoted. They had all access. Where is that? Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, all access. We should be seeing what's going on with Tyson Fury behind the scenes, that he had to be removed from the fight. Let's see what happened behind the scenes. That's how you lure and create interest and create intrigue. No, there's none of that. Why is ESPN not hosting Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder? Why is ESPN not saying, you know something? This purse bid between Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, let's put it on ESPN. There's other ways to promote these fighters. No. The sport of boxing is getting in the way. Period. The best not fighting the best is getting in the way. And what it turns is it draws the casual boxing fans to entertainment fights. That's why that's successful. Because the best are not fighting the best. So people love entertainment. So we're going to settle for this, Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. And they're going to do a rematch. So let's see if this holds to be true. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Lacey Bumgarner, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.